Your name, your address, and your phone number are floating around the internet. Easy for strangers, scammers, and companies you've never heard of to find. Data brokers and shady databases collect and sell your private details to anyone willing to pay, putting you at risk of nonstop spam, scams, and fraud. You can't stop them from collecting data, but you can control who gets to keep it. That's why I use Incogni. They remove your private information from more than 420 of these sites automatically. And with their unlimited plan, you get total coverage. If you spot your personal details anywhere else online, just send them the link, and their privacy experts will get it taken down. It's the easiest, most complete way to protect yourself and personal life. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy. This is so important. Privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. But wait, there's more. Here's hour 4 of the Kim Komando Show. So have you ever had this wild dream where you showed up to work and then suddenly you had no pants on? Okay, that's a real life event. It wasn't a dream. It happened to a cop in Detroit, Michigan. He actually showed up to a Zoom virtual court hearing. Yes, we still have those. He had his shirt on, but down below, he forgot to put on his pants. I guess he just, I don't know, thought to himself, I don't need them today. Take a listen to what the judge says.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the... No, sir.
Officer Jackson, okay, Miss Lee.
Okay, guy has no pants on. I'll tell you. Hey, you know what they say? Justice is a dish best served pantless. Oh, I know. Hey, I hope you're ready because today is all about tech and making sure that you are ahead because more so than ever, you need to know what's happening in the tech world because it's actually not just relegated to just tech because it's our entire lives. Because after all, I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess here with the most trusted show in the nation, the biggest show, the award-winning show in over 425 top stations throughout the United States. And we're streaming on your favorite radio app. Just search for Komando, of course, with a K, my last name. And you can get me as a podcast wherever you listen. And if you're more into, say, video podcasts, head over to youtube.com/Kim Komando. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando. And a huge salute goes out to all of our heroes tuning in via American Forces Network Radio, reaching more than 375,000 U.S. service members in 175 countries across every branch: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard, and the Space Force. We see you and we thank you.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's viore.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Alrighty then, every single day I dive into at least 35, 40 different sources to make sure I'm up to date what's going on in the world. And here are the top 5 things that you need to know. And we just witnessed history. NVIDIA became the first company on Earth to shatter, the $5 trillion market cap. Yes, I said $5 trillion. Yeah, thank you for that. Now, the man behind the milestone is CEO Jensen Huang. He brilliantly pivoted NVIDIA from being a gaming computer chip company to the AI computer chip company. He foresaw that AI truly would be the next big thing. And what do AI companies need? Yeah, a lot of AI computer chips. Now, this is really interesting. If you are seeing any type of videos of Jensen peddling crypto or promising miraculous returns, I guarantee you it is a deep fake. As a matter of fact, a recent scam live stream featuring AI Jensen convinced people to send crypto to advance humanity. Now, the fake stream pulled in 5 times more live viewers than one of NVIDIA's official events. Wow. Hey, speaking of billionaires, it looks like climate change will not be the end of the world. That is according to the now updated Bible from none other than Bill Gates. Yes, Microsoft co-founder spent billions of his own money to raise the alarm about climate change, or what was once called global warming. Just 4 years ago, he published a book called How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. Now, of course, before Bill in the 70s, there was the new ice age, and then other disasters, a global famine being brought on by too many people being born. And then the manufactured energy crisis of the 70s. Well, all this has somehow morphed into scary headlines. I wonder if Bill Gates is giving out any refunds on his book. I wonder. I read this next story on Threads. A man's brother-in-law tragically died after a heart attack. The family was hit with a hospital bill, almost $200,000. Wow. The brother-in-law, knowing something was off, asked for a fully itemized bill from the hospital. And what he got back was pages and pages and pages of all these various medical codes and charges. So not knowing what else to do, he fed the entire thing into Claude AI. And once it was inside Claude, he said, can you review this hospital bill, look for any errors or duplicate charges? And what he got back was gold. The chatbot raised all kinds of red flags. Charges that were duplicate, improper billing codes, a master procedure bundled with the same line items, also billed separately. I guess that's a big no-no under Medicare. So armed with all this info, the family went back to the hospital, and guess what? The final bill was cut from $195,000 to $33,000. Coming in at number 4, guess how tall Shaquille O'Neal is? You'll never believe this. The man is 7'1". Wow. And when you're that big, nothing off the rack fits, especially cars. Now, he has a legendary collection of over 60 custom vehicles. We're talking Lamborghinis, Ferraris that had to be physically extended so he could fit in. Now, the reason why I bring this up is that one of his custom cars was stolen. Not by anyone hot wiring it, it was actually hacked. His nearly $200,000 Range Rover was a custom fit, of course, disappeared while being shipped from Atlanta to Louisiana. Now, authorities think that the hackers hijacked the transport company's computers, they rerouted the delivery, and stole the SUV. A 10,000 rewards up, but for now, a big man's down, a big ride. And finally, this coming in. Take a guess how long it takes to get your crunchy taco in the drive-thru at Taco Bell. 257 seconds, which is 4.3 minutes. Now, according to new data from QSR InTouch Insight, they just clocked the fastest drive-thru time of any of the big names. It's the 5th time in 5 years that they actually won the title. So Taco Bell, turns out, is testing its new voice AI system in about 500 drive-thrus. They say it's designed to improve order taking and free employees to focus on what the company calls meaningful moments with customers. Yeah, only a matter of time before we don't need those customer service reps. Anyway, what do you think was the longest time? And who was that? Chick-fil-A recorded the longest hold time, 420 seconds or roughly 7 minutes to take an order. That's probably because the employees are saying, my pleasure, my pleasure. But you maybe say it takes longer because the food is better. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Coming up, we're going to talk about scammers pretending to be your Uber driver. You don't want to miss that. And of course, we just have the best callers ever in the history of radio and podcasting here on the Kim Komando Show. Okay, the contest is almost over, so you better get your act in gear. I'm talking about winning a brand new iPhone Air. Go to winfromkim.com, a $999 value. Once again, winfromkim.com, no purchase required. All right, let's see who we have on tap. Joseph in Dallas, Texas. Hi there, Joseph.
Hi, Kim. Thank you for having me. I love the website, and I particularly love the newsletter. So thank you for that. Okay, so I have a 27-year-old son with his partner who's 30 years old, left the area and has moved to another state, a more LGBTQ-friendly state. And generally, we've communicated with them through the Telegram app. And it seems like Telegram is the primary mode of communications among their friends, that particular group.
Okay.
We have only very vague, they've told us very vague, location where they're located. And everything was fine until about a couple of months ago when really my son didn't answer anymore. Occasionally I can get through to his partner, oh yeah, everything's fine, and I can see the timestamp on Telegram, but really we've got nothing from our son, even when his birthday came and passed. So you get a little concerned about what's going on. And the thing about it is we kind of looked at what can be done to get the geolocation or something like that from Telegram. And his partner has, I guess, what you call just an ordinary phone with, the typical browsers, Google and whatnot loaded in. And, we can go onto some website and get a rough idea that's pretty close to where they said they were. But my son, though, has always wanted to be off the grid, so he's got a laptop, and I think he uses the Tor browser and maybe even the Tails operating system. And so he gets Telegram through his laptop. So the thing I was kind of thinking about that would ease my mind, is everything okay, is if there's some way that you could get a Telegram geo-pin link to see, well, where are they? Are they living in an apartment or a house? Yeah, that's fine. That's their business. We'll go my way. But if it pins out to be somewhere in the middle of a park or in the middle of the street or something, are they homeless? That's the sort of thing that goes through your mind. Of course, they're adults. They're adults. And legally, I'm not really sure what rights we have. But so the question would be, and you go online and there's people that advertise that they can track Telegram and all that, and some of them, I think all of them, pretty much take your money and run. They don't they're
not going to be able to. That's all a scam. Anybody that says tracking via Telegram, it's a scam.
Now, let me ask you a question. Right. Do you not believe his partner that he's okay and everything's fine?
We don't know him that well. It's just that our son always had a habit of at least occasionally answering us. And now
he's worried.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, he's worried. He's worried.
I hear, his Telegram thing is screwed up, and that's kind of the line has gone dead directly with our son.
So, like I said, can you just tell the partner? Can you just tell the partner, hey, listen, I'm just worried. Can you just snap a pic and send me, or just
video?
Kind of do that, and sometimes I get that where they read the message and sometimes where they don't. So we're really not getting a whole lot.
See, using Tails and Tor is all set up for you to be anonymous. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you just can't find anybody with that. And the same thing with, using Telegram, Signal, or WhatsApp. That's why people use it, right? Mm-hmm. At this point, I don't know if you have any other choice but to see if you could ask the police and to do a wellness check in that particular area. Because he has specifically set himself up so that nobody can get to him. And And I'm thinking maybe if you appeal to the partner's emotional well-being, to say, his mother and I are worried. Mm-hmm. We're just worried. We just want to know if he's okay. We just want him. We just want him to call us just for a minute, just so we can hear his voice, to make sure that he's okay, to let him know that we love him, because it's killing us that we don't know if he's okay. If you say that to another person, I don't know how they could not respond positively, if because it's coming from your heart and your soul. You're just a mom and dad. You just want to know that your son is okay. Joseph, if there's anything else we can do for you, just give us a call back. And thanks for your call today. All right, let's head over to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we have DJ. Welcome to the show today, DJ.
Hello. Hi, Kim.
So what's going on with you? I see Alexa, something went rogue. What's going on?
Oh, yes, my Alexa. I would come home from work in the afternoon, and Alexa would be quietly listening to ESPN, and I couldn't figure this out. It just kept happening over and over and over again, and so I finally said, "Hey, Alexa, why are you listening to ESPN?" And she replied to me, she just says, "Because I like sports."
What?
Okay, so...
Yes.
So what, ESPN was just running?
Yes. And I had a huge Amazon bill for it, too.
Was this ESPN radio or the television?
Radio, on her own speaker.
And how did you get billed for this?
Through Amazon, because it's a subscription to have ESPN.
Wow.
But Amazon wrote off the charges.
Oh, good. Did they
Right.
acknowledge that the Amazon was acting all wackadoo?
Wackadoo.
Yes, they did.
Oh, they did. She just, you know what, Alexa just, you know what, she's really into sports.
I can
She
tell.
she really wanted to just know what was going on. So she turned on
She was really
ESPN.
bored.
But not only did
Yes.
it start the subscription, it would start playing it on its own in your house.
Yes. I would wake up in the middle of the night and she was listening to it.
And no one wants to wake up in the middle of the night with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN screaming at you about basketball
TJ, did she ever order any hot wings or anything like that?
while she's listening
No,
to sports.
no, she didn't. That's unfortunate, though.
She's like, yeah, I'll have some hot wings on the side.
Sure. Does
let
she
me do.
burp and
Exactly.
scratch herself?
That's what Andrew does whenever he watches sports. So
Yeah,
it's
kind of.
just something
see.
like that. Well, you know, so that's a pretty crazy story, but I'm glad that they reversed the charges. Anything else
me
happened
too.
since then?
No, because I purchased a new one.
Oh, okay.
That is crazy.
But I don't know. I'm just waiting.
Not only have I never heard of this happening, I've never heard Amazon Alexa respond with the I. I like sports.
I unplugged mine.
Well, yeah. Then you're going to plug it back in.
I
and They're
know.
going to unplug it. Then you're
I
gonna
go
plug
back
it
and forth.
in. You
back and
do.
forth. But you know, she's in the laundry room right now.
Just listening to the washing
Yes,
machine.
exactly. My poor Alexa, she gets no love. All right, if you want to globetrot like a baller but be on a budget, enter home swapping. It's just what it sounds like. You stay in someone's house, they stay in yours. A friend of mine does this like 3 or 4 times a year. And the first I was like, ew, you really do that? But actually, he's been convincing me. So if you ever watch the movie The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet, it's like that. Now, if you're new to this, there are a few ground rules. I mean, do not attempt a rogue swap via Craigslist. Please, you have to be smarter than that unless your dream vacation includes mystery stains and hidden cameras and maybe even a surprise roommate in the attic. When you do go DIY, you're responsible for all the lead work and then also background checks, contracts, and those safety protocols. And if you are going to be using your home, make sure that you have local contacts for these people, like a plumber, a handyman, or even a neighbor, because something's bound to go wrong when you're away. Now, if you are new to this, I want you to pay to use a trusted third-party platform. We have a list of all of them over at commando.com. Hey, coming up, we have some great tips that you can't afford to miss. The best apps to track your car's maintenance. We're going to talk about how to save time on your next grocery trip. And scammers are pretending to be Uber drivers. And this is really, really frightening. So before you get in a next Uber, you really need to pay attention and to make sure that you know what exactly is happening out there. I don't mean to scare you. I just need you to be prepared. We have that coming up here on the Kim Commando Show. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise. Home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim. All right, let me ask you a question. I know it's not the most exciting question, but when's the last time you got your oil changed or swapped out that air filter? You know, cars have so many moving parts, and it's easy to forget what needs to get done and when it needs to be done. Now, if you like taking care of your own ride, or if you want to avoid a pricey repair down the road, I want you to check out these tools. Start with the Carfax Car Care website. What's really fun is it pulls in your service records automatically if the shop reports to Carfax. And let me tell you, most of the big service centers actually do that. Then it's going to remind you when you're due for an oil change or to rotate the tires. You can search by VIN or license plate, and it works for multiple cars too, totally free. Now, if you want to take it a step further, try the drive-thru app. It lets you log every single fill up, oil change, or repair, tracks your maintenance history, totals up your car costs, and send reminders for what's next. Now, these apps are so great if you have more than one car in your entire family. Okay, let's see. Bev in Roanoke, Virginia. Glad to have you with us. Bev, what's going on?
Hey, Kim, it's so good to talk to you.
Well, thank you for your call. What's going on with you?
Oh, well, I worry a lot about people. I have a friend who, and I promise it's a friend, it's not me. She is being scammed out of at least 20 grand.
No.
She believes that she is talking to a real celebrity through Messenger and through text. A real celebrity. Oh, it gets better. It started off with the gift cards, that sort of thing. Now there's a friend, quote unquote, who has convinced her, a friend of this celebrity, who has convinced her to invest some money, and that's going to triple and quadruple. Here's the hard part. She's got terminal cancer. Her one living heir is her adult child who has autism. So there's no one to look out for her. And so we just met mutually. We have a band that we both like, that we both follow. We live in different states, but I had kind of tried to talk her, down, but she is absolutely believing that this is a real person. And the worst part of this whole thing is, yes, it's worse. It's not a romantic link she feels. He treats her like she's a mom to him. He actually calls her mama in the messages and that sort of thing. And it's just, she's emotionally, because,
attached,
with a special kid, you can't get those emotions.
So she's what'd you say, 20 grand?
At least, yeah.
Wow.
And that's what she's told me of. Yeah, I think she's afraid to tell me how much, really.
So she doesn't have anybody close to her that can, or anybody else that you could contact that's near her that can kind of set her straight, talk to her?
I mean, I don't think that there's anybody that she really believes. And we're not even close friends, but I mean, she started telling me this story, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And the thing of it is, this person got her friends list on Facebook and reached out to me because we're friends. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play along for a few days. And it wasn't 2 days. He started asking me for money. Whoever it is, I say he, but whoever it is. And I was like, no, that's not going to work. And so, yeah, that dropped like a lead balloon. And her bank caught wind of it. That's the thing. Her bank caught wind of the gift card purchases, so they put a stop to it. And so
okay,
now,
good.
But they're watching her. But now her funds are tied up. So I don't know if she's paying her house payment. I don't know. And we live 4 states away from each other. It's not like I can just drop in. Here's what I've done proactively over the last 6 months, and it's not done any good. But I have contacted the FBI in her state. And I have filed an IC3.gov report.
That's good.
But I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. So they sent her an AI video, which now she totally believes it's real. And I'm like, oh, no, it just keeps getting worse.
Who is the celebrity?
The celebrity is the American Idol winner a few years back, Ian Tongi.
Okay. And so if you probably could get on the internet and search for stories about people being scammed by an impersonator of this celebrity and send her those links.
Yes, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Because, and maybe that might be enough to convince her otherwise. I mean, you've done so much already. I mean, as far as, and maybe, you know what I'd like to throw out there is, why don't you tell her that you have a good friend, her name is Kim, who knows a lot about this kind of stuff, and that I'd like to talk to her about it. And see if she'd be open for us to have a phone call. It doesn't have to be on the show. I'm happy to talk to her when it's not on the show. But maybe I can talk some sense into her. So why don't we try to do that? And you go do your research, and then if that doesn't work, you tell her that you have a good friend Kim who really wants to talk to her about all this. God, it's so sad. So sad when we take these calls.
Every week.
So you know what's worse than forgetting your grocery list? Realizing that you actually made one, but you left it at home on the kitchen counter. So here are 3 tech tips to make that trip just a little bit smoother. Number 1, Share your shopping list in real time. You can use Google Keep, which, by the way, is an underrated app. If you are on Android, just go get Google Keep and you'll be like, oh, thank you, Kim Commando. Or you can use Apple Notes to create a list and then share it with your spouse, your partner, your roommate. They can add things while you're at the store and then you're instantly updated. So no more texts like, don't forget the coffee. Next, scan receipts for cashback. Apps like Ibotta or Fetch Rewards pay you to snap a picture of your grocery receipt. It's pretty easy money, and yes, they are tracking you, so you're going to be giving up just a little bit of privacy there. And finally, use your phone to price check while you shop. Download an app like Shop Savvy or just use your Amazon app to scan barcodes. You're going to be shocked how often stuff is cheaper online, even with the shipping charges. All right, still to come, how scammers are pretending to be Uber drivers. It's a big warning I'm going to be passing along here on the Kim Commando Show.
This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus has movies. So many movies. The movies you've seen 1,000 times and could watch 1,000 more. Iconic movies your friends can't believe you haven't seen. New movies, classic movies, new takes on classic movies. So whether you're into Top Gun or The Naked Gun, Mean Girls or Mission Impossible, Smurfs or Sonic the Hedgehog, there's a mountain of movies to discover on Paramount Plus. Start streaming today.
Okay, you're going to love this. A family's dachshund, one of the wiener dogs, named Whiskey, went missing for 4 days in Arkansas. Just when the family was, heartbreaking, right? Lost their dog. A hero stepped in, a drone pilot. He not only found Whiskey, but when a coyote showed up ready to attack, he used his drone to chase it off and save the little dog's life. His name is Chris Laughlin from the National State Drone Solutions, and Chris is with us here today. Hi there, Chris.
Hi, Kim.
So what made you say yes to help the search for a stranger's missing dog in the first place?
Well, it's just kind of what I do. Whenever someone calls me, they know I've got the equipment to do it, and that's kind of the last resort. They've already walked miles and miles looking for it, and they'll call me and say, we need an eye in the sky. Can you come help us? And I'll use my drone that's got a thermal camera on it. We'll go out there and see if we can find him by his body heat.
And it's not going to be a great look if you're walking around town just yelling whiskey everywhere.
Exactly.
Whiskey! Whiskey!
That would not be a good look at all. So how long did it take you to find Whiskey?
They had called me about 4:30 in the afternoon, and the way the thermal camera works, you have to either have an overcast sky or be at night, or if it's even kind of halfway raining, it works great. But it was a clear sky that day, and chance of rain every now and then. But anyway, so I told him, I'll be out there at 8:30 right at sundown, and we'll get to looking. Well, we had a couple storms roll through and had some cloud cover, so I got out there about 6:30, and it took me 4 hours to find him. So he'd been gone for 4 days. After the first day, someone about a mile and a half down the road thought they had spotted him and tried to get him, and he ran into this big field. And anyway, so we decided we're just going to start looking from there. And
then then you saw a coyote.
Yeah. So when I spotted Whiskey, I'm working on trying to let the folks that are going to go out there and go snag him, put him in there side by side, let him know exactly where he's at, getting all that information to him, and then I go from the thermal camera to the regular camera. And then there's a coyote right on him. He didn't have a coyote around him right before then. And I was like, oh, no. So, it's 9:30 at night, and so I just fly right down on top of it and let it fill the air off of the propellers. It puts out a lot of air. It's a big drone. So as soon as it felt that air, it took off.
Thank gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was staring at that spot like he was going to get abducted by an alien. He's not going to, all his buddies aren't going to believe it. He got abducted and returned.
I will tell you that funny that you mentioned that, Chris, because I was looking at the video that you posted on YouTube, and I was thinking the same thing. It does look like this alien abduction's coming right down there.
Well, to a dog, that drone is an alien.
Yeah, that's true. So everybody's all safe?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this, where a dog is being attacked by a coyote and have no injuries at all. He had no bite marks, no nothing. I mean, the coyote was sitting there munching on him and dragging him around for over 2 minutes.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh.
like, how does he live through that? It must have been a really old coyote with no teeth. I mean, I have no idea how he didn't have any injuries at all, but he went to the vet and clean bill of health like nothing happened. He had some, small scratches and stuff from that field that he was in. It was, I want to say, waist high and looked like it had been bush hogged in probably, years. And it was super, super thick and briar and brush and all that. But he had some scratches from that. But other than that, nothing.
That's amazing. It is. Well, Chris, you know what? Thanks for sharing your story with us, and thanks for saving whiskey. Isn't that amazing?
I wouldn't even think if my dog was missing to go and hire a drone to find it.
I think it's fabulous.
Technology is so amazing.
Plus the thermal camera.
Yeah, everything
makes sense. Chris, thanks for joining us today. All right, let's see. Fred in San Diego, California. So happy they got through. Hi there, Fred.
Hi, Kim.
Welcome. What's going on?
Oh, thank you. Well, I had a question related to doing some business searching. I know there's some tools available on AI, and I'm using ChatGPT and Copilot, Gemini, Blaze, and LinkedIn, Zoom Info, a few of them.
Wow.
But
okay.
I know
you're a busy guy. I mean, how many bookmarks do you have?
Too many. But my question was really, the AI seems, it's kind of, sometimes it'll pull stuff up that just a regular Google Gemini search might not pick up on, but it also can invent names. I guess it gets a little bit imaginative sometimes.
They like to use the word hallucinate.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that one. But yeah, that's the case. So I was just curious if there's any that you use, and it doesn't necessarily have to be AI, but basically what I'm doing is trying to search C-level execs at companies and owners and so forth.
So this way you can pitch them something?
Exactly.
Okay.
I want to give them some money.
Oh, you want to give them money? I like that.
Yeah,
I'll give you my phone number right now. It's 602.
Okay.
I just want to let you know, I'm a C-level.
Well, and I do have a program.
Okay, wait, don't give me your pitch. Don't give your pitch.
Okay. It's your call. It's your call. And I appreciate your emails every day and your information.
Oh,
but I appreciate how you're always closing. You went right into the sales pitch with her.
Always be closing. ABCs. I'm telling you, that's
absolutely.
That's the mantra. Take a look at Apollo.io.
Okay.
That's it's a huge business to business database that you might want to take a look at. There's also, you mentioned Zoom Info. We've used that. It's pretty expensive, And there's also Hunter.io, which I always thought that was a good name for a sales tool. Hunter. So take a look at Apollo.io, Hunter. They normally give you just a couple of free searches. And if you're in sales and you're not using these AI tools to help you find that right person, you're really missing out. Now, the problem is, of course, how do you get a C-level to answer your phone call? How do you get a C-level to open an email? How do you get them to answer a text? That's where the art comes in. And I notice a lot of people are now breaking through that barrier. Like they'll send me something and the subject will say FW : and a subject like I need to talk or something. And I actually have fallen for that because it's like, it looks like an email, like somebody's forwarded you and they want to talk to you.
The digital goddess got tricked by a forwarded email.
I did. I sure did. It's like, because I always want to help people.
Oh, we'll turn it around to patting herself on the back.
Let's talk for a second about podcasts. Okay. As you know, the podcast marketplace is very, very competitive. There's over 4 million different podcasts right now. So what I need is your help to stand above all of them. And how can you do that? Well, number one, you can subscribe to my podcast. So wherever you get your podcast, hit the subscribe button. No, it doesn't cost a penny. The next thing you can do to truly help me, if I just passed along one tip that you used in your life, you owe me one. You do. You got to pay it back and pay it forward. So wherever you get your podcast, leave me a great 5-star review and say a few kind words about the show. Maybe you want to pass along something that you learned or how you laugh at my bad jokes or how maybe you just like my voice. My friend Jan, she told me this, that she listens to my podcast because it puts her to sleep. And I'm like, Jan, really? And she's like, yeah, your voice is so soothing. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not. So anyway, it would be so swell if you would do that. So wherever you get your podcast, subscribe, and then leave me a great 5-star review. All right, still to come, scammers are pretending to be your Uber driver. It's terrifying. You need to know about this here on the Kim Komando Show. Hey, just a quick reminder, if you ever want to be a guest here on the show and speak with me one-on-one, super easy to do. You don't have to sit on hold for hours like other folks. Come on. We can do much better than that. Head over to komando.com. That's Komando, komando.com. And in the top right-hand corner, there's a link that says Ask Kim. If you'd like to be a caller here on the show, the easy and fun ways we can schedule you right in, go to komando.com. Once again, that's Komando.com. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says Ask Kim. All right, I want you to think about this. If you're about ready to hop into an Uber after dinner or a long night out, there's a new dangerous scam. So you need an Uber to get home safely after some fun. Great move. You request a ride. A driver accepts. Seconds later, your phone rings and the driver says, I need to verify your account before I can pick you up. They ask for your phone number, your email, and a 6-digit code Uber just texted you. Now, you're tired, maybe a little out of it, so you hand everything over. Now, that's a bad move. The caller is not your driver, it's a crook. We see, with that code, they jump into your Uber account, they book rides, they drain your credit card, and lock you out. So here's what you always have to remember. Uber's not going to text, call, or email asking for your passwords, your banking info, or any type of verification codes. Just hang up and wait for your real driver, and make sure that you enter to win that brand new iPhone at winfromkim.com. And that's the end of hour 4. But I'm sure in your podcast player, there are some shows that you haven't listened to. Come on. Just fire up your podcast player and get more tech know-how, whether you're walking or on your commute or whatever you might be doing.